Hey broskies, it's Sona, and I've noticed a lot of crazy trends going on with Gen Z and Gen Alpha, a lot being very concerning, and I worry about our future. So today, I'll be drawing these trends as monsters, because they scare me. First up, we've got the Sephora kid trend. Now, if you haven't already heard about this whole Sephora thing, I envy you, because it's a whole mess, literally. Sometime in January of 2024, another horrible TikTok trend started, no surprise there, where these young kids have been invading the Sephoras, which are essentially makeup stores, and making quote-unquote skincare smoothies. Basically, they mix a bunch of skincare products together very destructively and make a huge mess in the store for the employees to take care of. It had gotten so bad to the point where many of the products were no longer usable, costing the stores money and damaged products, and really just ruining the whole experience for everyone. In many Sephoras, you can't even go in there and use the test products anymore because they're ruined from little kids putting their grubby little hands all over them and making a mess. Everyone has gotten very fed up with this, understandably. The store employees, actual customers who want to buy the products, and Sephora themselves were not happy. Angry customers have actually started reaching out to Sephora and asking them to put an age limit so kids can't go in the store. Or at the very least, kids 12 and under should be accompanied by a parent, which I think is fair. I'm just wondering though, where are the parents? Sure, children do dumb stuff all the time, especially now with the influence of social media, but that's why it's the parents' job to keep their kids in check. But a lot of these kids who are doing this apparently are going into Sephora by themselves and destroying the stores. Or at least I'm hoping if a parent was there supervising their kid, they wouldn't just stand there and let them ruin the products. But who knows? People are also really concerned with why kids are going into Sephora's to begin with, because usually fancy makeup is an adult thing. There's TikToks everywhere of 5-year-olds with skincare routines using these super expensive products. Why are kids worrying about fancy makeup and cosmetics? When I was little, I liked Dollar Tree Sparkle lip gloss. It's just concerning to see 5-year-olds applying literal wrinkle cream. Like, a girl, chill. You don't need to worry about that for like another 30 years. And the ones buying this stuff for their kids is the parents. I don't know, taking care of your skin is good. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of a double-edged sword in some ways, but kids shouldn't be putting on wrinkle cream and high-end makeup. More than anything, I'm afraid of this causing mental health issues and insecurities for young girls in the future. I don't think it's the kids' fault at all, because at the end of the day, parents are responsible for their kids. Anyways, let's talk about my monster design for the Sephora kids. I drew a small child because there is actual 5-year-olds going into Sephora. Coming from her back are several liquid ink monster arms, and they're holding many beauty products and accessories, as well as having liquid makeup all over their hands and arms. I drew these to represent the kids just putting their hands all over the products and making a huge mess in the store. And I also made the arms very bendy and squiggly and wrapped all around each other, kind of like they're out of control and can't stop themselves from grabbing makeup, because these kids are out of control. I gave the girl one of those headband things you wear to keep your hair out of your face while you're doing your makeup. Also, a lot of TikTok kids are wearing them. I gave her these crazed, swirly eyes like she's hypnotized, cause a lot of these kids are doing this because of the trends and they see influencers using these products. I think the influence of social media plays a big part in this entire thing. She has this really out of control look on her face, and there's makeup all over her, and just to make it scarier, she's floating in the air while the arms are holding her up. I don't know about you, but I'd be really scared just to see this floating baby with a bunch of sentient arms charging at me. Here is my Sephora kid amalgamation. I hope you enjoy the design. The next trend I will be focusing on is the AI image trend. While AI images have been created for a while now, it really rose to popularity in mid-2022 when an AI image generator website called DALL-E, I don't know, caught many people's attention. At first, this was most commonly used for making memes and very cursed images that should have never come into existence. People would type a little sentence or description to describe what they want their image to look like, and within a couple minutes, the generator spits out some cool and also very weird looking images. This was really solely used for jokes. Like, people would type in Kanye West as handsome Squidward just to get a laugh at the god-awful things this machine came up with. I'm 100% guilty of using this too. Me and my friends had generated some pretty goofy images, and I even used this for a video once. While at first first, it started off as a mostly cursed meme generator, which was pretty harmless. More generators came out and it really has advanced since then. Like now when I look at art, I gotta get out my third eye just to make sure it isn't AI, because I can't tell. And rather than using it for memes, many people out there now use AI generators to create images they can profit off of. And the reason that's not good is because AI generated art is made by compiling art from other artists' work found on the web, basically stealing their art and not giving credit. Sometimes on these images you can even see the watermark from the original artist. Like I said, at first it was fun in games, but now artists' work are just being stolen and used for profit, so that's not very fun. Now let's dive into this AI monster. Since we see so many different trends with AI, I wanted to make this creature a really scary amalgamation where everything is just glooped together, because AI is a mess. The images I see most tend to be generated images of anime girls. Actually, now when I try to look at references online for my art, a lot of the images that first appear is AI and not real authentic art, which is concerning. While sometimes it's difficult, it doesn't take long to realize something is AI art when you start to notice some really strange inconsistencies, like an extra finger or the hair is melting into the skin. Another thing I often notice with AI art, they tend to look very soulless. They often have this really blank stare or just have a very generic expressionless look. It often lacks character and has little to no liveliness, which I found to be very creepy. So I drew the head as this anime girl with a very unsettling stare, like the AI machine meant to make her look cute, but instead she turned out freaky. Cause let's admit it, AI simply can't replicate the kind of vibes that real artists put into their work. The neck is really twisted and mangled, all while being connected to this giant mass of different body parts and skin. Yeah, I know, I made this really grotesque. Her right ear is very large, and her other ear is connected to her neck. I also made one of her eyes as a black hole to represent the AI is glitching out, and put her actual other eye on top of her head. Cause with AI, everything tends to be wonky and a mess, and you just notice more and more wrong with it the longer you stare. As you can see, SpongeBob is fused with this amalgamation, along with a cat head with a really long neck, more to show the meme side of AI generated images as well. Now that I look at it, SpongeBob looks like melted cheese, and now I'm just thinking of that one Meat Canyon video. On the left, she has several arms, the two below being spider legs, and her middle arm holding a knife. Just imagine this thing running at you with a knife. My god. And of course, I didn't forget the super wonky looking hand with 6 fingers. In the middle is this giant wide mouth with super sharp fangs all around. Since in order to make AI generated images, the machine needs to be fed so many pictures from the web just to make one image. So I thought this would fit well with the concept of an AI monster, consuming everything in its path to create this soulless creature. Oh yeah, by the way, Among Us is there. Last but not least on this list of trends, we have the money tubers, cause I don't know what else to call them. So as the title suggests, this trend revolves around content creators who make their content based on having a buttload of cash. While there is honestly a lot of diversity in these videos, they always have one thing in common: having a crazy amount of money involved. Right off the bat, many of you probably think of Mr. Beast when thinking of money-based YouTube content, as he's by far the most popular example, and the most popular YouTuber like ever. $100,000 golden ice cream, $500,000 game of tag, and many other videos giving away money. Though Mr. Beast makes many other types of content as well, and I really respect all of his videos as he does so much to help the world and people in need. With the rising popularity of this crazy content during that time period came both many inspired content as well as blatant copying. It really changed YouTube. Of course, content like this existed before, but I think Mr. Beast really made it blow up more than ever before. Challenges with people spending crazy amounts of money exploded, insane challenges with huge cash prizes, you couldn't avoid it. This content dominated and basically continues to dominate YouTube, at least from what I've seen. With the release of YouTube Shorts, other forms of this content rose to popularity as well. I've seen so many videos of people walking up to homeless people or just random people in need and handing them a buttload of cash or gifts, all while heartwarming music plays. Many felt mixed about this content, with others saying it's inspiring and the content creators are heroes, while others saying they only did it for views, or even some being accused of scripting their videos. I'm sure this content still goes on now, but I definitely don't see it as much as I did like a year ago. Let's continue with my concept for turning this trend into a monster. To start off, I gave my YouTube monster a TV head. I just think it makes sense because we watch YouTube through a screen. I drew him with a very wide and crooked, creepy smile. One thing I've noticed a lot with these thumbnails is they always tend to have these wide smiles with perfectly white teeth, and their faces sometimes don't even look real, or it's easy to tell it's altered in some way. Teeth aren't naturally that perfect white color, so I colored his teeth this like almost mustard yellow. Not because I think all these YouTubers have yellow teeth or anything, just to kind of show, hey, not everything shown here is what it seems, cause a lot of stuff is edited. There's money sticking out of his teeth and pockets to show he's flaunting all the money he has, and he has so much money he doesn't know what to do with it. He's in this kind of like hype pose, like you know how some of those YouTubers are super dramatic and crazy, like, oh my god guys, this is so crazy, my dog just died, please like and subscribe type energy. He's got the classic red YouTube hoodie, and his arms are freakishly long, with his neck being crooked, and his skin is this black ink consistency to kind of amplify his mysteriousness, cause there's a lot of YouTubers out there we don't know much about outside their content. Especially with shorts content, most people scroll and don't even know who they're watching most of the time. You may not even be subscribed to me yet. The TV has static because edgy and spooky. And lastly, I put this ring of red arrows circling around him. I mostly put these to poke fun at those thumbnails with giant red arrows all over them. Kinda reminds me of Gaster Blasters now that I think about it. Anyways, here is our YouTube monster in all of his demonic TV head glory. He will find you if you don't subscribe. Thanks Brooksy so much for watching me turn these crazy trends into monsters. Let me know your favorite I drew in the comments, and please let me know if you want a part 2 because I'm honestly considering it. By the way, if I do make a part 2, it's going to have Grimace in it. So give me some suggestions for the next one if you're interested. Maybe I should do one with turning memes into monsters, who knows. Like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you broskies in the next one. Bye!